Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo.
I feel that Kerwin's our best three-point shooter. He's been struggling with it. There's no question. I think he's like one or two for 12 or something like that. But if we were to have a shooting contest, he would almost win it every day. I told the team when the game was over with in the locker room, the biggest moment of the game for me was they've got a 6-point lead, and Kerwin and Puff scored 10 or 12 of our next 15 points. And I thought that was huge. I yelled at Kerwin to shoot one more. I thought he should have shot another possession when we had it. But I think those two guys coming in when we were in foul trouble, RJ was hurt, all that kind of thing, I thought that was the biggest point of the game. And I told him I would have put them back in down the stretch, but the biggest thing we needed was defensively, and they're behind the guys that are played longer and more experienced. They were behind those guys with Leakey and Andrew out there on the defensive end of the floor. But there's no question in my mind that Kerwin and Puff gave us the biggest lift of the game. I mean, the first half they got 14 points on second shot opportunities. So I think it was our 5. And in the second half we got them 13-2. But I didn't think we were very tough in the first half. They were more aggressive. They appeared that they wanted it more. And in the second half, we cut down on all the second shot points that they got a great deal, and we got a bunch of them.
Tar Heels still have one more game before the holiday break. They are scheduled to head to Raleigh on Tuesday against NC State. As he normally does, Adam Lucas stopped by to chat and had an opportunity to talk about Carolina football and some other Tar Heel topics. Let's have Adam join us here on the Carolina Insider. Nowhere else to start other than that football game against Miami. 62-26, the final score. Tar Heels put up massive offensive numbers in the game. School record in yards, nearly a school record in rushing yards as well. Just a incredible performance from Carolina this past Saturday.
What a day for Carolina football. A day on which every single thing they needed to have happen all came together in one neat little 3.5-hour package. Offense played great, defense played very well. Tar Heels go on the road and beat a number 10 team to put themselves in really good position for the postseason and set a ton of records, Jones, in the process.
Yeah, in fact, we're going to talk a lot about the offense, and there you see it. 778 yards. That was the most ever that Carolina has ever gained, and the most ever against the University of Miami. We know what kind of history that the U has. Plus, Adam, that one to me on the left side of the screen about Javonte Williams and Michael Carter, the most yards ever for a running duo in a game. I mean, that one to me is stunning.
And to do it against the number 10 team in the country. I'm guessing the other 4 or 5 top marks among duos are against competition that wasn't similar to the team that was playing. Carter and Williams did it against a very good defense.
544 yards for those two guys combined. And also Javonte Williams found his way to the end zone 3 times in this game, and so now he holds the single-season Carolina record for touchdowns in a year with 22. He also is tied for first. You see there on the side that it says 19 by rush. The 19 rushing touchdowns are tied for the most in single-season Carolina history. That is Javonte tied with Don McCauley from 1970. So total touchdowns, he is now first. In rushing touchdowns alone, he is tied for first as far as how many times in a single season.
And that's a record, that, as you said, that has stood for 50 years.
Yeah.
And Javonte did it against a schedule that didn't have any padding. There was only one non-conference game in there, and everybody else was a conference opponent. I think that makes it even more impressive if you need to make a record like that more impressive.
We're going to get to one of the biggest runs Javonte had in the game in just a second. Well, there it is. Yeah, let's go ahead and go, because this one was so impressive. Adam, this was one of the more impressive runs I think that you will see, period, even though it wasn't a touchdown run. So you've probably seen this a bunch since it happened, but maybe you haven't seen it from the Tar Heel sideline where we have a camera angle and some natural sound coming up. So let's take a look and listen to that Javonte Williams run as it looked and sounded on the Tar Heel sideline. Adam, I mean, that was, what a run. I mean, everything you could ask for from a back in one play: power, speed, agility, shiftiness, just what a play.
I'm really glad they got my audio on there.
That's what everybody sounded like.
As Javonte runs over a defender, woo! I think that instantly goes on your single Carolina play list. Bracey Walker blocking a punt at the Peach Bowl, Gio running the punt back against NC State. I think that run is right on a list with those plays, as instantly when you see it, you know, oh, that was Javonte in the Miami game in 2020 when Carolina put a hurting on the Hurricanes.
Coming off a game like that, a lot of awards for the Tar Heels, including, I mean, look at this. Every ACC player of the week on the offensive side was a Tar Heel. Quarterback Sam Howell, running back Michael Carter, wide receiver De'Ami Brown, offensive lineman Joshua Izudu. There's Jeremiah Gimmel, who we mentioned, who was ACC linebacker of the week as well. And Adam, darn near a clean sweep of every award from the Heels.
I feel just slightly bad for De'Ami Brown. Hey, 167 yards receiving. Good job, bud.
Yeah.
If you could have turned the 87-yard reception into maybe like 92,
right,
maybe we talk about you a little more. You'll just have to be content. ACC Player of the Week.
Of course, the man guiding that offense from the coaching side of things is Phil Longo, and he also a great award this week, or great recognition at him, as he's now a semifinalist for the Broyles Award, which is given to college football's top assistant coach.
I think Coach Longo's done about as good a job as you can do. This will be the standard bearer for Carolina offense moving forward. 2020 Tar Heel offense, you've never seen